Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. This week has been dominated by extreme weather conditions in parts of the country and an extraordinary victory for Jacob Zuma that dramatically changes the election landscape. Unless the Electoral Commission of South Africa gets its way, it has turned to the Constitutional Court with an urgent bid to try to keep Zuma from contesting in the upcoming elections. That's after he won his bid earlier this week against the IEC, making him eligible to contest the elections as a candidate for his party. Anger when this news broke. The millions to be spent on luxury vehicles and VIP protection for the Joburg mayor and his committee. The city of Johannesburg says its recently approved policy on security for the Metro's executive members is meant to rectify the city's system's lack of protection. The DA in the province has threatened to take the Metro to court, claiming it's abusing public funds. They say the city has allocated 28 million rand towards providing luxury vehicles and VIP protection for Mayor Kebelo Gwamanda and Council Speaker Margaret Arnolds. Coming up, the man who committed suicide by snakebite. Declaring the Western Cape a provincial disaster. After extreme weather hit parts of the province, thousands of homes were badly damaged by the gale force winds and heavy downpours. Gift of the Givers teams have been assisting 400 families in the Oudtshoorn area and other parts of the Garden Route. Aid was flown out to families cut off in Gamkaskloof and Fonteinplaas.
It's going to probably be a matter of weeks before people can get to them. Some people has been evacuated already, overseas tourists and so forth, by ways of AMS helicopters.
As Ramadan came to an end, a deadly strike on the family of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh. Israel confirmed the strike, which killed 3 of his sons and 4 of his grandchildren visiting family, he says, in Gaza. Haniyeh is quoted saying that the death of his sons would not influence peace talks in the Strip. US President Joe Biden said Hamas, quote, needs to move, unquote, on the latest truce proposal, and that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu must agree to a truce, increase the amount of aid flowing into the Strip, and abandon plans to invade the southern city of Rafah. Also this week, Germany defended itself before the International Court of Justice against accusations that its arms sales to Israel were aiding and abetting genocide.
We have stated that we reject Nicaragua's unfounded accusations, and there is no reason for the ICJ to adopt provisional measures. We are fully aware of our responsibilities under the Genocide Convention and international humanitarian law, and we respect these.
Germany's Lufthansa airline has suspended flights to and from the Iranian capital of Tehran due to the current situation in the area. Police described Marius Joubert's Bloemfontein home as something worse than a horror movie. There they found about 60 venomous snakes, from rattlesnakes to green mambas, puff adders, and exotic copper snakes in cages kept in dark, quote, horrible conditions without food or water. After being confronted over the animal's mishandling, Joubert allegedly, quote, deliberately put his hand into a snake's cage and was bitten. Joubert refused medical help and died from the venomous snake bite.
So what we saw there was really snakes in the house, in a dark room in the house. And you could see the snakes and the other animals, the other reptiles were very hungry. The snakes were 60, yes, but the mice were also 60. There were many types of snakes. There were rattlesnakes, there were puff adders, there were green mambas. The snakes were very dangerous. They were poisonous, so it was very bad to see them also in that conditions. The vet that we took them to, that confirmed it is venomous snakes, and there was no anti-venom in South Africa because some of them are exotic animals, and there is no anti-venom in South Africa for exotic snakes, so that is also where the problem comes in.
And that's it from me, Jane Dutton, and the rest of the team. Have a very good weekend.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.